All right, welcome everybody. Here we go again. Some more Grand Forks Squirt B1 hockey getting underway here today at the BLC South Arena. Aviators taking on the East Grand Forks Green Wave just across the river here. So border battle between the Aviators and the Green Wave. Aviators with a couple of games this weekend. Had one actually yesterday as well against the 10U A girls team. Not sure how that one ended up. I was actually down in Fargo with my boys that play Bantams, but I believe they did win that game. We have another one on Sunday where they'll take on Fargo Angels. We'll have to head down to Fargo and battle traffic down there as the Squirt International B division, I believe, is going on down there. So that'll be on Sunday, I believe, at 12:15. So hopefully you can join us for that one as well. I'm planning on setting up the live stream for that, but it's not 100% confirmed yet. But hopefully someone, if I can't do it, will live stream that one. But we've got 5 minutes up on the board. Going to get this warm-up underway. Big shout-out to Coach Jamie. I hear he's hanging out down in Arizona, probably in a lot nicer weather than we got going on here right now, although it has been nicer the last couple of days than it has been in a good month or so. But glad you can join us and watch the game from hopefully sunny Arizona. I know they have some cold weather at times and rain and whatnot. Not quite as much as we do. It's got to be better than what we're dealing with, and hopefully you have some fun down there. Trying to see if we got everybody tonight. Looks like everybody, for the most part, is here. Glad to see Sam back wearing the pads. I heard he had a little bit of a injury earlier this week that held him out of a practice at one point, but he's here wearing the pads, ready to go. Pretty cool that they do have a backup goalie on the team. Evan Dudgeon, I guess, has played goaltender before, so pretty unique that he's able to fill in whenever Sam cannot. But warm-up's getting underway here. About 4 minutes to get going. I'm going to step away. I got to buy my kids some concession stands. Again, we've already been there once, but be right back, and we'll hopefully get this game underway. All right, I'm back. Concession stand was quick and painless. Just got a quick sucker, so we're good to go. About 2 minutes left in the warm-up here. We'll get the pucks picked up, get this game underway. Just some updates for some of you out there. Next weekend's a busy one. We'll get underway in the B1 division of the Squirt International. That'll be down in Fargo. Obviously, some kids out there, this will be their first time around. Some have been there last year. Some have been there with brothers or sisters in the past. So it's quite the event. Gets going on Thursday. They have the Squirt Olympics and all that fun stuff where they get all the teams out on the ice at once, take a one giant picture, and then they do a little bit of a competition where they have goalie races, accuracy, shooting, and speed, or whatever else they do. Lots of different events. Pretty fun. The other big attraction is the pin trading. You'll see thousands of kids on their knees in the middle of all these arenas trading pins with each other. Every team brings their own pin. Some kids bring pins from years past. Some kids buy pins from pin traders that are there. It's quite the event. Obviously, kids looking for what they deem is the top pin that year. I know most of my kids that are in Bantams now, their years were always getting the big Moorhead pin. They typically had the bigger, nicest one, and that was the most sought after, or one of the Las Vegas pins, or Phoenix Junior Coyotes pins, or the LA Kings pins, whatever it may be. But it's quite the event for these kids. It's quite expensive for the adults, to be honest, but either way, we get to watch them have fun, and pretty fun tournament. It's a bracket style tournament, so there's 60-some teams. You know your first team that you're going to play, but you don't know anything after that until you play the game. Win or lose determines every time. It determines which bracket you end up going into and all that fun stuff. So it's quite the event. Look forward to that. I'm going to try to stream as many games as I possibly can down there. I do have, as I said, some older boys that are in Bantams. And on Sunday, I believe, next weekend, they have, I guess, basically what they call their senior day. It's the second years that are going to be playing in their final youth hockey game for Grand Forks, moving on to high school next year. It's a pretty big event for those kids, so I'll have to be at that one for sure, but hopefully everything lines up with their games and with the Squirt games, and I'll be able to cover as many as possible. So we'll hopefully be able to bring quite a few of those games live to you at home. If you can't make it down there, hopefully some of you are able to make it to the games down in Fargo. See the craziness that unfolds down there during these Squirt Internationals. They hold it for every Squirt level. They have the A's, the B's, the B1s, the C's, everything top to bottom. So it's basically 4 weeks of complete chaos down there in Fargo. The pucks are picked up. Maybe just gathered around their goaltender down on the right side here as they'll head to the bench here. The referee's coming out for the opening faceoff. We'll see who the starting five is here for the Aviators in just a moment. Looks like it'll be Teeny and Tucker playing defense. Grady, Porter, and Caleb taking the face-off as the forwards. Obviously, Sam and Ned as they are ready to go. Wait for East Grand to join them at the center ice dot here. We'll get this game underway. 15 minutes up on the clock. Caleb to take the face-off for the Aviators. One back, wins it back to Teeny. Splits between him and Tucker, her and Tucker. Teeny gets on it wearing her blue visor that her brother wore last year for most of the season. Grady with the puck now, feeds it to the middle, trying to get it to Caleb, goes through his skates. East Grand Forks will get control, and they'll dump it down right in on Sam. He'll use the pad and kicks that one into the corner. Tucker will gather up, sends it behind the net over to Teeny on the near side. Down in the corner, unfortunately here at the BLC, we're right on top of the action. Up above them a little bit here, and it's shot sent on there. Porter almost poking one in, but the goaltender making a nice save, keeping that one out. But unfortunately, when they get down the corners here, we will lose sight of them just a little bit, so hopefully they don't spend too much time buried in the corners. But a nice passing play there by the Aviators, getting a shot on net. Porter trying to get that one up in the air a little bit over the goaltender's pad, but unable to. And we get a whistle and a face-off coming here. One back by the green wave. They'll send it over to the near side. Grady trying to seal off the wall here. Looks like he'll get control of it. And lost it as he got swallowed up by three players, but Teeny's able to keep it in the zone for the moment. But East Grand will work this one out Down into the Aviators' end, but offsides, the referee says, and we'll get a face-off just outside of the Aviators' end here. The Aviators will send out a fresh line. Looks like it'll be Evan, Soren, and Chase. Albert and Eli taking the face off. Jason back on defense. This one along the wall. East Grand skates it forward, 2-on-1. Have to stay on side, but they go just off sides. Opportunity for them, but couldn't quite stay on side there, and we'll get a face off just outside the zone. Eli to take the face off again for the Aviators. Pushed into the zone, picked up by Chase. He'll send this one out in the neutral zone, up off the wall, far side. Soren trying to get there, but East Grand will get it first. They'll dump this one into the zone. Knocked down by Albert. Skates it to the near side, gets closed on there pretty quickly by East Side. Tries to send up the wall, up to Evan. Evan had a couple times. He tried to get that one out. Looks like East Grand Forks will hold the line. They'll dump this one down below the goal line. Chased after by Albert. Albert sends it up the wall out to the point. Kept in by East Grand. They'll dump it back down low. Chase will grab it behind the net. Sends this one up kind of through the middle there. East Grand steals it away. Trying to get a shot off right into the stomach of Sam. He makes a big save. Puck still loose. Picked up by Eli here. He'll skate this one forward. Makes a nice move. Feeds it over to Soren. Far side. Brings it into the zone. Slows things up. Feeds it back to the middle. Couldn't quite get that one back to Eli. East Grand Forks steals it away, and they'll work this one out into the neutral zone. Now 3-on-2. They work it to the middle. Knocked off the stick there by Tucker, but East Grand keeps control, works it down low. Albert steals it away, tied up along the boards. East Grand Forks with control again, though. They go behind the net. Stuff attempt. Knocked away there a little bit by Tucker. On the side of the net, sent through the blue paint there. Makes it through everybody and over into the near corner. Shot sent on. Tucker knocks that one out of harm's way. Dumped down here by Albert, but it'll go right on net, so no icing. Goaltender has to hold on to it, pushes it into the corner for his defenseman. Sent up the wall, knocked away there by Barron. Couldn't quite corral the puck, and East Grand's able to break that one out. They bring it into the zone down the right side. Barron gets back on defense, though, and helps out. Forces a turnover here, sent out into the middle. East Grand Forks, they go D to D. That's off the mark. Ends up going deeper into their own zone. Barron trying to steal this one away. He does in the corner. Looks to center this one, get it out to Carter. That goes off of his stick. Tini will slide over, gets on her forehand, shots it on, bouncing puck. Goaltender makes the save. Shots it on there by Barron. East Grand Forks trying to get this one out of their zone, but couldn't quite do that. Bounces back in their own end. Set up the wall here. East Grand Forks brings in the zone. Tini trying to recover, sticks the stick out there, forces him down low in the corner, takes the puck away, gets it over to Macklin. Macklin trying to send it up the wall. Carter seals that off. Push back out to Tucker. He'll send it up the wall, gets it up to Macklin. Macklin out of his own zone, chips it forward. Might be a little bit too far. Go for icing here. They'll try to chase it down. They'll say no ice here. Back ref wanted icing. The ref right by the puck said no, said they could have got there. Bouncing puck comes out front. East Grand Forks clears it out in the neutral zone. Now down into the Aviators' end, but off sides once again, and we'll get a face-off right here in front of us, just outside the Aviators' end. 11:02 to go first period. Still 0-0. Shots tied up 2-2. A little bit of back and forth. East Grand Forks with a couple opportunities, but Sam able to keep him out of the net as Caleb takes the face-off out there with Grady and Porter. East Grand Forks brings it into the zone. Albert sends it up the wall. Grady pokes at it, gets it out into the neutral zone. Tried to make a move. It had knocked off of his stick. East Grand Forks turns it right back in. On the right side. Pass sent through the middle. Defended nicely there by Albert. Stole that away. There was a player on that far side that was setting up to shoot. But Eli able to send this one up the wall. Gets it up to Porter. Porter will skate this one up to the red line. Now down into the East Grand Forks. Works it to the near side. Lost the handle on it, but Grady follows it up. Gets it back to Porter. Tied up along the wall. Porter and Grady in there trying to dig this one loose. East Grand Forks will push it back out in the neutral zone where it's gathered up by Eli. They'll backhand one back into the zone. East Grand Forks will chase after, get on it first. They'll go behind their own net. Set up the sidewall. Through the neutral zone, now down in the Aviators' end on the right side. Shot sent on, goes off of Sam's stick into the far corner. Another shot sent on, but that one's stopped by the skate of Eli. Pushed into the corner. East Grand Forks centers again, knocked away by Grady. He tried to clear that one up to Porter, but East Grand Forks was able to steal it away, and they work it back down low into the corner. Spin around pass, gets knocked away. Grady picks this one up on the near side. Looking to center it, gets it to the middle, right onto the tape of Porter. He gets swallowed up right away, but Grady follows it up, trying to keep this one in the zone. It'll come loose to Porter. Porter looks far side, trying to set up Caleb. Couldn't quite get it through the two sticks of an East Grand Forks players. Shots it on there by Grady. Comes back door to Caleb, but he couldn't quite corral it. Another shot sent towards the net that goes off the skate of an East Grand Forks defender. Sent up the wall. Trucker tried to keep that one in, but back comes East Grand Forks. 2-on-1 down the far side. Teeny the defenseman back. Centering pass goes off of Sam's pad. Teeny picks it up, takes it behind the net. Teeny with it. Feeds it up the wall. Gets it to Grady. Grady through the middle. Gets it up to Evan. Evan brings it in the zone. Gets swallowed up quickly by an East Grand Forks defender. They'll get on it first in the corner. Aviators trying to steal this one back in the corner. East Grand Forks with control. Back out in the neutral zone. Working on Teeny. Teeny with the stick stretched out there. Here's an opportunity for East Grand Forks. Shots in on. Big save by Sam. Centering pass, I think, went off the side of the net. Grady comes back to help out. Sends this one up the wall, but East Grand Forks will keep it at the blue line. Dump it back down below the goal line. Battle for it in the corner. East Grand Forks will win that one. They'll work it out front, trying to get a shot off, but a good stick there by Grady. Knocks that one away. Teeny will skate this one forward. Gets it up to the blue line. Not quite out yet. East Grand Forks regains control, and right back down below the goal line they go. Behind the net, centering pass goes off a Tucker skate. Picked up by Caleb. Caleb will skate this one on the neutral zone. Trying to get through a couple defensemen. Evan goes off sides. Couldn't quite hold on as Caleb arrived just a little late. We get a face-off call, an offsides call and a face-off coming outside the East Grand Forks. 8:06 to go here, first period. East Grand Forks now on top in the shot department, 5-2. It's still 0-0 between these two teams. Sent out by East Grand Forks. A little bit too far. It'll come to Albert in his own zone. He'll end up going behind his own net. Sends it up the wall, trying to get it over to Eli. It actually comes to Soren. Soren chips it out into the neutral zone. Trying to push this one forward, but East Grand Forks will steal that one away and bring it into the zone. They'll dump it over the near side, down into the corner. Centering pass all alone was an East Grand Forks player out front, but luckily it went off a skate and ended up going behind the net. Back over to Soren. He'll send this one over to Evan on the near side, just a little bit too far for him. He chases it down, takes a shot. That one goes wide. Rings around to the far side. Eli will keep this one in at the blue line. He pushes it forward, gets it up to Jace. Excuse me, that is Eli. Jace is the one that sent it down. But pushed out by East Grand Forks here through the neutral zone. 3-on-2. Nice little toe drag there. Gets back on his forehand, but lost it just a little bit before he could pull the trigger, and back comes the Aviators. Evan down the far side. Brings it into the zone. Lost the handle on that one. Trying to steal it back. In comes Soren, but East Grand able to get it back out in the neutral zone. Now down in the Aviators' end. Down the far side. Shot sent on. Goes off the post. Ends up going behind the net. Soren will get this one in the corner. Gets knocked off his stick, but stays with it. Brings it out in the neutral zone, sends it off the boards, trying to chase after it. East Grand Forks covers pretty well there. The Aviators have 6 players out, got away with too many men there, but a nice defensive play there by Tucker, knocks that one away. Shot sent towards the net, gets caught up in Teeny's skates, gets another attempt at it, but pushes it just wide. Here's a shot sent on from the point, but goes off a Teeny's skate all the way to the far side. Dump back down into the corner. Tucker trying to steal it away. Centering pass by East Grand Forks. Setting up, trying to shoot. They push it over to the near side. Dump down below the goal line. Teeny's going to chase after this one, trying to get it. Centering pass went off the side of the net, comes right to Soren. He'll get this one out in the neutral zone, but gets it taken away right away. East Grand Forks turns it right back, but a nice job by Eli there. But East Grand still threatening, getting this puck towards the net. Now centered out front. Good job by Teeny. Knocked that one away. She'll get out in the far corner, sends it up the wall, but not out, kept in. But Aviators do get it out in the neutral zone here on the second attempt. East Grand Forks centering pass comes right to Carter Hengschleben. He gives it back to Tucker. Tucker gives it back to Carter. Carter makes a move, slips around one defender. Gets it through the middle, carves through the defense here. Gets it taken away, and East Grand Forks will turn this one right back. Barron trying to defend. Had it taken away for a second, but East Grand Forks gets it back. They'll bring it into the zone, right down the middle. Trying to get a shot off, send it on Sam, makes a pad save. That's Macklin on the far side, gives it up to Barron. Macklin will pick up the loose puck here along the boards. He'll skate this one down the right side, trying to get around the defense. Stays with it as they center this one. It goes off the side of the net. Macklin cleans it back up, trying to get it over to Barron, but couldn't quite get it to him. Albert trying to keep that one in, but East Grand Forks will get control. Eli and Macklin back on defense. Knocked off a Macklin stick, picked up by Albert right at the blue line. East Grand Forks brings it back in. That should have been an offsides, but we'll play on. Carter trying to steal this one away from number 10 of East Grand Forks, but unsuccessful. East Grand Forks will try to push this one into the Aviators' end. They will get control. Down the near side, spin around, sent out front off a couple skates. Barron's able to gather it up, feeds it over to Carter. Carter couldn't quite hold on to that one, and East Grand Forks turns it right back. Down the right side, this number 17 is pretty silky with those stick handling abilities. Sent out to the point. Big shot coming. That one's stopped by the skates of Albert. He'll go after it in the corner, sends it up the wall, gets it to Macklin. If they hurry, 3-on-2. Macklin feeds it over the near side, gets it to Carter, brought into the zone. Tried to get the shot off, blocked there. East Grand Forks steals it away out to the blue line, but just came out. And we'll get an offsides call and a face-off coming outside the East Grand Forks end. .346 to go here. First period, 0-0 between East Grand Forks and Grand Forks. Battle for it here at center ice. Comes loose. Grady tried to backhand that one up to Caleb. Caleb battling for it. Grady will come in and pick it up, but stolen away from him, and back comes East Grand Forks. Down the near side. Working on Teeny. She gets a stick in there, but East Grand Forks still with control. Knocked away by Porter. Caleb will skate up the near side. Feeds it to the middle, trying to get to Grady. Grady gets a stick on it, pushes it down into the zone. East Grand Forks gets on it first. They ring it around. This one's going to come out into the neutral zone, picked up by Tucker. Tucker trying to dish it off. Misplayed it there a little bit, but East Grand Forks overskated just a little bit. Porter trying to get control of it down into the far corner. Sent up the wall. East Grand Forks will skate this one out in the center ice. Grady trying to steal that one back, but it's pushed down into the Aviators' end where Teeny will chase after it. Teeny behind her own net, lost the puck. Down goes an East Grand Forks player. Grady pushes this one up the wall. Defenseman had slid down. Teeny trying to get it out. Now it's on the stick of Grady. He'll skate this one out. Feeds it over to Porter, far side. Porter couldn't quite hold on to that one. Centering pass by Porter. Porter gets it back. East Grand Forks gets control. They'll skate this one up the near side with some speed. Down the right side, trying to get around Teeny. Shot sent on, saved there by Sam. Kicked all the way out to the point. They'll just dump it back down in the corner where Grady will pick it up. He'll go behind the zone net, looking for a pass up to Caleb. East Grand Forks actually cleared this one out on themselves. Stolen away here by Porter. Porter brings it in one-on-one down the left side. Works it out, feeds it out front, gets it to Grady. Grady got a stick on it, but tipped it just wide. Couldn't quite get that one past the goaltender, and back comes East Grand Forks down the far side. Down below the goal line, they slow up a little bit. Knocked away there by Albert. Porter's able to feed that one up to Caleb. Caleb in and out, feeds it over to Porter. Porter backhands one out front, goes off the skate. Trying to get control of it again, but East Grand Forks sends it up the wall on the far side. Centering pass comes out into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Jace, who makes a nice little move, slips away from the defender and dumps it back down in. Minute 20 to go here in this first period. East Grand Forks with it. Through the neutral zone, works it to the middle, trying to get around Jace, but a good job. Pokes that one away, now picked up by Porter. Porter feeds it to the middle, gets it to Soren. Brought in onside. Sent back out to the neutral zone. This one comes loose back to Albert right in front of his own bench. He likes to skate this one forward. Cuts over here to the near side, trying to get around everybody. Down into the corner. Centering pass comes out front, but cleared out by East Grand Forks. Doesn't look like, it will be saved by Caleb. Shot sent in, goaltender makes the save, gets a glove on it, holds on, and we're going to face off down in the East Grand Forks end here with 43.9 seconds to go here in the first period. Still 0-0. Shots in favor of East Grand Forks, 7-3. The Aviators with an offensive zone face-off here. Eli to take the face-off. One back by East Grand Forks. Soren trying to steal that one away. It'll be dumped up along the near side wall where Evan will try to grab it. He gets knocked down. Comes out to Teeny at the point. She sends one to the far side, trying to get it to Soren. Jumps over his stick. Soren spins around, sends one out front, but stopped by the East Grand Forks defenseman. Tucker's able to keep it in at the point. Gets it on the stick of Eli, but he got swallowed up by a couple players. But East Grand Forks with control brings it in the zone, but they end up going off sides, and we're going to face off right here in front of us, just outside the Aviators' end, with 15.9 seconds to go in the first period. Eli to take the face off. Out there with Soren and Evan. Tucker and Teeny on defense. Eli taking the face off. One by East Grand Forks. They'll dump this one in the zone. Picked up by Tucker. Only about 10 seconds to play. Tries to send up the wall. Gets it to Soren. Soren skates it forward. Pushes it down into East Grand Forks end. Just a couple seconds to go as East Grand Forks dumps it back out into center ice. But that is the end of the first period. A 0-0 tie after one. East Grand Forks with a few extra chances. Scoring chances, that is. But we sit 0-0. Aviators not looking too bad. Moving the puck around pretty well. Getting their opportunities. Haven't had a lot of grade A scoring chances. But getting some zone time. Moving the puck around. Trying to feed the puck to each other. Need to get some more shots on this goaltender and get some bodies out front. Try to clean up some of those rebounds. This goaltender likes to kick them out and just kind of leave them there for his defense to deal with. So if they can get some shots on, get some bodies down low, might be able to clean up one and put in the back of the net. Open up this scoring. East Grand Forks doing a nice job of transitioning. As soon as they steal that puck away, they usually have 3 or 4 guys headed the other way, getting some odd man rushes against the Aviators, so they'll have to try to limit that a little bit. But the Aviators doing a good job of keeping them to the outside, forcing the play to slow down, letting those forwards catch back up and get back into the play. And doing well at letting their goaltenders see the shots that are coming from a ways out. We get ready for this second period. Looks like it'll be Barron to take the face-off out there with Macklin and Carter. Jace and Albert on defense. $15 minutes up on the board. Here we go, second period. The border battle between Grand Forks and East Grand Forks. Controlled here by East Grand off the face-off. Trying to get a shot off, but defended nicely there. Barron picks it up. He'll skate this one out in the neutral zone. Trying to get through 3 defensemen of East Grand Forks. Has it stolen away. Dumped over to the near side. Brought in. Nice job. But a goal there by East Grand Forks. They strike first. Thought Jace made a nice diving poke check. I think he did get a little bit of the puck, but the goal scorer able to control it. Work their way around Sam and find in the back of the net. East Grand Forks has the 1-0 lead here with 14:38 remaining in the second period. No Barron to take the face off again. Tied up, trying to push this one forward. Carter digging in there, but it'll be East Grand Forks with control. Jace knocks that one away. East Grand Forks trying to dump it in up at the blue line. They're able to keep this one in the zone. They center that one, but knocked away by Carter Hengschleben. He'll steal it away in the corner. Feeds it up the wall now out into center ice where it's stolen away by Macklin. Macklin brings it in. Works it to the outside. Gets on his forehand. Gets hooked up a little bit. Shot sent on. Goes off the goaltender in the back of the net. And just like that, tied up 1-1. Macklin Brown able to fire one on net from an odd angle. Hit the goaltender's glove. Somehow trickled in behind him. I'm sure he's going to want that one back, but We are tied up 1-1 here. Not even a minute into the second period. Porter to take the faceoff out there with Caleb and Grady. This one back. It'll come to Teeny. Teeny skates this one forward. Had it stolen away from her, but looks like she'll recover. Sends this one up the wall. Gets it back to herself again. Brings it into the zone. Hands it off to Caleb. Caleb down the right side. Centering pass. Trying to get over to Porter. East Grand Forks able to clear that one out of the slot. Dumped out to the point, but kept in by Tucker. Hands it off to Grady. Grady works it to the middle, trying to get a shot off. Gets it back to himself. Gets a shot off. Gets it down low, but Porter can't quite get there. Porter does get control in the corner. Works it towards the side of the net. Shots it on, but a nice glove save there by the East Grand Forks goaltender. He'll hold on. We'll get a face-off here down in the East Grand Forks end. Porter take the face-off again for the Aviators. Pushes that one forward, but East Grand Forks gets control. They'll work this one up and out of the zone. Comes over the near side. Tucker trying to chase it down. He'll get it in his own zone. Sends it up the wall, out to the blue line, but not out. Shot sent on. Blocked there by Porter. Comes to Grady. Grady trying to chip it out. Sends it through the middle. Couldn't quite get it past the defenseman's stick, and East Grand Forks will dump it right back down in. Tucker goes behind the net to pick this one up. Misplayed that one. East Grand Forks steals it away. They turn, fire one towards the front of the net, but stolen away by Porter, and he'll just push this one out in the neutral zone. East Grand Forks will return to their end to gather this one up. Sent through the middle. Stolen away by Grady. Would have had a great A chance there, but they say it went just off sides. And we'll get a face-off just outside the East Grand Forks end. 12:48 to go here. Second period, 1-1 hockey game. East Grand Forks striking first, but Aviators wasting no time getting that one back less than 30 seconds later. Face off one back there by the Aviators, but East Grand Forks gets on it right away. Shot sent on. Sam makes the save into the corner. East Grand Forks trying to work this one up the wall. Looks like it was stolen away here by Soren. He'll push this one out in the center ice. East Grand Forks turns it right back, though. Over to the far side. They bring it into the zone. Dump down. This one will ring around to the near side. Soren will try to gather this one up along the wall. Gets it out to the blue line, but not out. East Grand Forks able to keep it in. Stolen away by Albert. He loses an edge. From his knees, gets a backhand up to Evan. Evan will skate it over the red line. East Grand Forks able to poke this one right back out, though, into the neutral zone, but Eli able to get a stick on it. He'll kick this one to himself, but just a little bit too far, and East Grand Forks is able to kick it back out and all the way down, where Albert will grab it, feeds it over to his D partner, Jace. Jace through the middle, gets it up to Soren. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Soren works it to the middle, had to wait. A couple players went off sides a little bit early. Albert with a nice little toe drag there, keeps it away from the defender and brings it into the zone. Cuts it back, gets it on his forehand, shot sent on. That one whistles just wide of the far post. Eli able to keep this one, gets it out to Soren at center ice. He gets hit from behind. A little bump there, knocked him off the puck as East Grand Forks brings it out in the neutral zone. Misplayed here by Albert, but he was able to recover, poking that one away, but East Grand Forks still trying to set up and get a shot here. Nice job by Eli defending there. They feed it out to the point. East Grand Forks dumps it down in the corner. They'll get on it first as it rings around behind the net. Tucker knocks it away. Skates it up the wall. Kicks one to himself. He'll skate it up. Has it taken away by East Grand Forks, but Soren is able to knock it out of the zone. Gets it over to Eli. Eli brings it into the zone, cuts it to the middle, pushes one towards the net. East Grand Forks just dumps it down. This one off of Tucker's skate. He's going to chase after it. Getting closed quickly there by an East Grand Forks player. Just knocks it into the corner. East Grand Forks out of the corner. Shot set on. Comes bouncing right out front, but couldn't quite pull the trigger on that one. Picked up by Barron. He turns it right back out, but East Grand Forks steals it away. They're not going to want to bring this one to the zone as three players were changing in the zone. But able to get on side and bring this one in the zone. Down the right side. Tucker just watches them bring it in, but nice job by Sam, is able to poke that one away. Shot from behind the goal line. Sam's able to cover it up, get a face-off here. As we got 10:15 to play here in the second period. 1-1 between the Aviators and the Green Wave. It'll be Barron to take the face-off with Macklin and Carter. Teeny and Tucker on defense. Carter with it. Feeds it to the middle. Stolen away by East Grand Forks, but it comes loose to Macklin on the near side. Sends it up the wall. Looks like this one might go a little bit too far down for icing, and it will. We'll head back down to the Aviators end for a face-off. So Barron to take the face-off again for the Aviators. One back by Barron. Comes to Macklin on the sidewall. He gets swallowed up, sends it up the wall. East Grand Forks able to seal that off. Pushed out front here a little bit, but Tucker was able to knock that away. Now centering pass comes bouncing through, comes out to the point. Defenseman dumps it down low. It'll ring around to the near side over to Tucker. He'll change direction with it. Feeds it up the wall, gets it to Tucker. To Carter. Carter centering pass, gets it up to Barron. Barron with control, lost the handle on that one though. Trying to steal it back and will down into the corner. Barron feeds it out front. Defenseman stole it away, feeds it out in the neutral zone. Team trying to turn it back in, but a little bit early as all the forwards were still in the zone. And we're going to face off here just outside the East Grand Forks end. 9:22 to go, first period, 1-1 hockey game. East Grand Forks with a 2-1 lead in the shot department as they lead 10-5. Barron to take the face-off. Wins it over to Macklin. Macklin pushes in the zone, but East Grand Forks is able to get that right back out. Comes to Teeny at her own blue line. She turns, slips away from a couple of East Grand Forks players. Wants to skate this one up. Gets it over the red line, brings it into the zone down the far side. Works it to the middle, lost the puck, stays with it though, trying to steal it back. Arm goes up. Looks like Teeny is going to get whistle when. I'm not sure. It's a penalty on Teeny. East Grand Forks had control, so the whistle shouldn't have been blown, but either way, Teeny will head to the box. Minute 30, I'll go up on the board. 5-on-4 power play here for East Grand Forks for interference. So 9:03 to go, second period. Minute 30 up on the board for the power play for East Grand Forks. First one of the game for either team. They win this one back to the point. Shot sent on through traffic, goes wide. Short side attempt, gets stopped by Sam. Porter's able to clear it out of harm's way, sends it up the wall, gets it up to Jace. Jace chips it out in the neutral zone. East Grand Forks gets on it first. They feed it over to the middle, stay on side. Knocked away there by Grady, picked up by Jace. He'll elect to skate this one forward, cuts through the zone, pushed it a little bit too far. Knocked away by the defenseman, able to get this one out in the neutral zone. They'll chip it up the wall, come back to Albert. Albert will send it up the wall, trying to get it to Porter, but East Grand Forks steals it away. They get back on side. Now working through the middle. Trying to get around Albert. Caught flat-footed. Shot sent on, back in the net. Power play goal for East Grand Forks. They regain the lead 2-1 here with 8:21 to go in the second period. Aviators caught puck watching there just a little bit. That player was able to skate through all four of the Aviators at the time, just kind of watching him do his thing. And able to get a power play goal and regain the lead here for the Green Wave. Grady sends it up the wall, trying to get the Porter a little bit too far. East Grand Forks turns it back the other way. Stolen by Albert as blue line, knocked off the puck here. East Grand Forks trying to get a shot off, but stolen away by Jace. Now sent up the wall by Porter. East Grand Forks able to keep it in the zone. They dump it down low. Centering pass comes through everybody. All the way to Caleb on the near side. He works it through the middle, in and out. Makes the defender miss. Dumps it down in the corner. Will chase after it himself. Slows up as it gets tied up in the corner. Porter joins him. Caleb gets it back, trying to get it out to Grady, but stolen away by East Grand Forks, and back they come. Through the middle, down the slot, shot sent on, but right into the glove of Sam. He holds on, and we're going to face off down here in the Aviators' end with 7:34 to go here in the second period. Now a 2-1 lead for the Green Wave. Be Eli to take the face-off out there with Evan and Soren. One over to the far wall. Evan trying to chip this one out. Will get it out in the neutral zone, trying to chase after, but the defender for East Grand Forks gets there first. They'll push this one back into the zone. Tucker will chase after it down in his own corner. Sends it up the wall, gets up to Eli. Eli centering pass goes off the skate, but comes to Evan at center ice. He turns, brings this one down in the zone, down the right side. Centering pass off the mark, trying to get it over to Eli. East Grand Forks steals the puck back, and back they come. 2-on-2, trying to get around Teeny. Shot sent on, Sam makes the save, sends it behind the net. Another attempt, sent through the middle, comes out to the point. Shot sent on, but right into the glove of Sam. Holds on, and we'll get a face-off. He wasn't quite sure he had that one. Closed his glove on it, but then looked behind him. And we'll get a face-off here in the Aviators' end with 6:55 to go second period. Eli to take the face-off for the Aviators. One back by East Grand Forks, picked up by Teeny. She'll skate this one forward. Gets it through a couple of defenders, pushes it down the corner. Evan trying to regain control. Sent over to the near side. Evan trying to steal it back. Tied up behind the net, but East Grand Forks is able to slip away, and they'll feed it up the far side. But off the mark, his team is able to keep it in. She'll send a puck on net. Gets it to Soren. Soren trying to get on his forehand to shoot. Lost the puck, and East Grand Forks will feed this one out to the far side. Down into the Aviators' end. Sent to the middle. Shot sent on. Big save there by Sam. Kicks it over into the corner. Centering pass there by East Grand Forks. Went off the skate. Comes out to the blue line, but not out. Eli lost his edge there. We got an arm up. Looks like we might have a penalty coming here to East Grand Forks. So power play opportunity for the Aviators here. Should get a face-off down in the East Grand Forks end. Minute 30 going up on the board. .607 to go here. Second period, power play opportunity for the Aviators. Be Barron out there at center with Macklin and Carter. Albert and Jace on defense. Shot sent on by Carter. Blockered away there by the East Grand Forks goaltender. Tied up along the wall. Barron trying to dig it loose. East Grand Forks will get control. They like to go behind their own net. The Aviators just kind of watching, not putting any pressure on. East Grand Forks able to get behind the defense, but the pass is off the mark. It'll go down for icing, and we'll reset back down on the East Grand Forks end for a face-off. Still a minute 7 to go on the power play. Aviators looking to tie this game back up here. Barron to take the face-off. Wins that one straight back to Carter. Carter works it down. Shot sent on. Goaltender makes a big glove save and holds on. Nicely set up there by the Aviators. Carter hanging back just a little bit. Barron able to win that face-off right to him in the high slot, getting a shot off. Didn't quite get a harder shot that he wanted to get off, but either way, it worked out for him. Once again, Grand Forks just kind of watching the puck there. Not putting in a lot of effort to steal it back. They are on the man advantage, but here comes Albert. Carves through the middle. Over to the far side. Tries to backhand one out into the middle. It comes loose over to Jace. Jace backhands one down in the corner. No Aviators really going after it there. East Grand Forks gets on it first. They ring it up the wall. It comes out to Macklin at the point. Shots in on. Knocked away by Carter. Pushes it just wide. East Grand Forks gets on it first. Lost the handle on there. Macklin trying to steal it away. Comes loose to Barron. Barron on his forehand. Walks it in. Shots it on. Goaltender makes the save with his mask. Comes all the way up. Backhanded in by Albert. Knocked down by an East Grand Forks player. They'll get control and go behind their own net. About 10 seconds to go on the power play here for the Aviators. Sent out to the point. Jace couldn't quite keep that one in as he backhands one over to Albert. Albert will bring it right back into the zone, far side. Back to 5-on-5 here. The player gets out of the box for East Grand Forks. Albert still with control. Works it down in the corner. Has someone backdoor. Tried to feed it over, but it went off the defenseman's skate. And East Grand Forks gets control. And back they come down into the Aviators' end. Swallowed up there by Carter and Jace as Jace sends it over to the near side. Gets it over to Macklin. Macklin trying to feed it up, but lost an edge along the boards. East Grand Forks able to keep it in. They'll dump this one down below the goal line. Jace will get control, but handed it off to an East Grand Forks, and they have control again as they work it to the top. Force this one out of the zone on their own. Macklin sends it up to the red line, but East Grand Forks with control again, and they'll work it right back into the Aviators' end. They stay just on side as they send a shot on there. Sam makes a big save. Macklin clears out that rebound, though, as it was just sitting there loose in the blue paint. Now taken away by Albert. He'll skate this one up. Down the right side with some speed. Works it to the outside. Carves towards the net. Goes behind. Lost the handle on it. Gets knocked off the puck, but battles for it in the corner here. Sent up the sidewall. East Grand Forks will get control. Dumped down. It'll be Barron who'll grab it for the Aviators. Getting pressured here by an East Grand Forks player, but is able to hold on to the puck. Gets it all the way back up to the blue line, but not out. East Grand Forks is able to keep that one in. They'll work it down the near side. They work it to the front. Shot sent on right into the glove of Sam. He'll hold on and get a face-off down here in the Aviators' end. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go second period. 2-1 lead for East Grand Forks. East Grand Forks out shooting the Aviators 16-8. Face-off. Controlled by the Aviators, but stolen away by East Grand Forks, but picked up by Grady. Steals it right back, works it out on his forehand. Shot sent on, goaltender makes a big glove save. Grady trying to put that one top shelf, but goaltender able to get a glove on it. And we'll get a face-off here. To the far side of the East Grand Forks end. Sent up the point, kept in by Teeny, but East Grand Forks steals it away, and they'll work this one out in the neutral zone. Teeny doing a good job of getting back. Shot sent on. Sam makes the save. Tucker clears it out, sends it up the wall. East Grand Forks will get control again. They work it down into the corner. Centering pass goes off the side of the net. Sam elects to cover it up with his glove, gets a whistle, and we're going to face off. Looks like it'll be on the far side of the East Grand Forks end. Or excuse me, Grand Forks end. Porter to take the face off out there with Caleb and Grady. Tucker and Teeny on defense. Porter wins this one back, comes to Teeny. Teeny in the corner, works it up the wall. Off an East Grand Forks player's stick. Defenseman will shoot this one on, tip down. Sam makes the save. East Grand Forks gets on it again. They work it up top, but stolen away by Grady here. Trying to get around the small defenseman. Centers it, gets it to Porter. Backhand sent on. Goaltender makes a big save there. Porter wanted to elevate that one, but the goaltender was able to get a glove and a pad on that one. Keeps that one out of the back of the net. Keeps the 2-1 lead for his team. But off offensive zone face-off coming here for the Aviators. Porter to take the face-off, pushed back down in the corner by East Grand Forks. Sent up the wall. East Grand Forks trying to get this one out. Teeny steps up. Tried to keep it in, but it went off an East Grand Forks player and back out in the neutral zone, but knocked away there by Porter. Sent up the wall. Knocked away by Teeny. Comes to Grady. He feeds it up the near side. Gets it to Porter. Porter slips around one check. Stays with it. Works it to the middle. Trying to get through a maze of Aviators and Green Wave players, but had it stolen away. East Grand Forks will wrap this one around. It'll come out into the neutral zone where it'll be stopped by Tucker. Caught up in his skates. He slips by one check. Gets it up to Caleb. Caleb sends it off the wall. Down in the Green Wave end. They'll work it back out in the neutral zone. Now down in the Aviators end. Centering pass knocked away by Grady there. Teeny trying to get a hand on this puck. She'll skate it forward. Feeds it out to Porter. Porter just chips it down into the Green Wave end. Trying to steal it away, but they were able to get it out into the neutral zone. Now it's back out at center ice as Caleb picks it up. Slips away from one check, trying to stay with this puck. Had it taken away. Green Wave will bring this one down into the Aviators end. They dump it down the corner where Teeny will pick it up. Under a minute to go here, second period. Over to Grady, trying to feed it to the middle, but had it stolen away. Pushed down in the corner. Tucker's going to chase after it. He'll just take a slap shot, send it up the wall, gets it to Grady. 2-on-1. Grady and Porter. Grady down the far side, feeds it to the middle of the Porter. Just went under his stick. Caleb will chase after it. Battle for it along the boards here. Caught up in the skates. Sent out by East Grand Forks at the center ice. Stolen away by the Aviators. Porter trying to get control of this puck. Now it'll be Caleb trying to send it in. Looks like he'll push it into the Green Wave end, but not very far. They'll turn this one right back out. About 10 seconds to go. Brought into the zone by a Green Wave. Shot sent on. That one goes off the shoulder of Sam. Picked up by Albert. Tried to slip around one check. Green Wave steps up. They keep it in the zone. They feed it to the middle, but that is the end of the second period. It's a 2-1 lead for the Green Wave after 2. The Aviators got some work to do here in the third period. Green Wave starting to take over a little bit in that second period. Lots of action down in the Aviators' end. Grand Forks going to find a way to switch that up a little bit, get some more shots down in the East Grand end. They did have a few more scoring chances that period than they did in the first, but the goaltender for East Grand Forks playing very well, making some nice saves on some grade A opportunities for the Aviators. Sam doing well as well for the Aviators. We got 15 minutes to go. Can the Aviators find a way to get back into this game? Down 1 goal. Would love to tie it up early in the period, then get to work on taking a lead. Looks like it'll be Eli to take the face-off out there with Evan and Soren. Albert and Jace on defense. Face-off one back by Eli. Comes right to Albert. Feeds it over to Evan, who caught an edge, went down. Eli trying to push that one forward. Sent into the zone there by Evan. Eli will chase after down the corner, but looks like East Grand Forks will get there first. They'll ring it around the boards. Comes out to the point. Kept in. Jace almost was able to keep that one in. Jumped over a stick as it started to roll on its edge as it came out to him. Albert sends one through the middle. Gets it over to Eli. Eli brings it in. Gets swallowed up real quick by a defenseman. Down he goes. Sent in right to the belly of Evans. Skates it out front. Backhand sent on. That one hit the toe of the goaltender and went just wide. Evan gets actually checked into the corner. No call there. Bouncing puck. East Grand Forks capitalizes. Gets behind the defense and all alone on Sam. Brings it in. Shots in on. Big save there by Sam. Helps out his defenseman. Bails them out a little bit. It's centered here to Eli, but stolen away from him right away. And East Grand Forks turns it right back. Albert chases after it. Down into the corner. Behind his own net. Has it stolen away. East Grand Forks centering pass. Tucker trying to clear that one out. Almost shot it onto his own net. East Grand Forks gets control in the slot. Down go a couple players. Picked up here by Eli. Back comes the Aviators. Down the near side. Shots in on by Eli. Goaltender kicks that one in the corner. Evan trying to steal it away. Puts a little bit of a hit on behind the net. Getting payback for the hit that he took earlier. Back comes East Grand Forks. On the near side. Knocked away there by Tucker, but East Grand Forks will regain control. Centering pass comes right to a player in the slot. Shots in on. Sam makes the save. He'll hold on to that one. We'll get a face-off down here in the Aviators' end with 13:11 to play, third period. Barron comes out to take the face-off for the Aviators. Out there with Carter and Macklin. Teeny and Tucker on defense. One back there by Barron. Comes to Teeny. Teeny pushes up the wall, gets it to Carter. Carter sends one out in the neutral zone. East Grand Forks with control. They send it back into the zone. Stopped here by Tucker down by his goal line. Puts on a breaks a little bit. Skates this one forward. Down the near side. That's stolen away from him. Back comes East Grand Forks 2-on-1. Teeny the lone defender back. Try to poke that one away. Nice job to recover on that one. Sent through the blue paint. Went off an East Grand Forks player's skate, but luckily it went the opposite way of the net. Carter trying to dig this one away now. Tucker as well. East Grand Forks. A couple players in there trying to work it out front. Shots in on. Goes just wide. East Grand Forks trying to stuff this one in, but Sam's able to slide over, and Tucker's able to clear it into the corner. Barron over to grab it. Stolen away by East Grand Forks. They send a shot on. Picked up by Tucker. Goes behind his net. Sends it up the wall to Macklin. Macklin sends it up to the blue line, but not out. East Grand Forks able to keep it in. They push it down the wall. Now down into the corner, East Grand Forks gets on it right away as well, but stolen away by Tucker and Teeny here. Tucker with control, sends it up the wall, trying to hit Carter, but that one looks like it'll go all the way down for icing. And we say no ice for some reason. Both refs looking at each other, wondering what we should do. For some reason, didn't want to blow the whistle. So battle for it in the corner, stolen away by East Grand Forks. Carter comes back, steals it away. Knocks that one up to Barron. Down goes Carter. Barron gets knocked down as well. East Grand Forks will get control in their own zone, down in the corner. Send up the wall. On the neutral zone, Carter comes back and steals it away, but East Grand Forks keeps possession. They bring it in the zone down the right side. Shot sent off of Teeny's stick there, bouncing in on Sam. He was able to outstretch that leg, keep that one out of the net. Barron works it up the far side, but gets it taken away. Bouncing puck right in front of the Aviators bench. Teeny trying to get this one out. But East Grand Forks is able to keep it in, work it down low. Centering pass comes through everybody. Backside shot sent on back of the net. I believe that one went off a stick of an Aviator. Tipped up and over the glove of Sam and into the back of the net. They lead by 2. It's a 3-1 hockey game with 10:55 to play here in the third period. Unfortunate bounce there for the Aviators. Shot sent on. Would have been a tough save as it would have come through legs anyways for Sam, but it looked like it tipped off a stick and up into the net. And East Grand Forks leads this one 3-1. Threatening again. Down low, shot sent on. Sam had to make the save on that one. Centering pass comes through everybody out into the high slot. Shot back on, goes off a stick. Albert's able to corral this one and sends it around his net. He'll skate it forward. Down the right side, gets it up to Caleb. Caleb brings it into the zone, but had it knocked out to his stick. Back out in the neutral zone. East Grand Forks gets on it right away again. Brings it in, trying to get through the defense, but a nice stick poke check there by Jace. Knocked it away and gets it on to Albert's stick. He'll skate this one out of the zone. Feeds it up to Caleb on the far side. Into the zone. Slows things down, takes a look, sends it to the middle, trying to find Grady on this near side. It goes off an East Grand Forks player's skate. Down goes Caleb. East Grand Forks player just shot it off his own teammate's head. Caleb trying to feed this one out front, but had it stolen away, and East Grand Forks will push this out in the neutral zone. Brought into the zone by East Grand Forks down the right side. Centering pass. Stolen away by Jace, gets it up to Porter. Porter skates it out. Trying to find Caleb, who is behind the defense. Sent back by East Grand Forks all the way down, arm up. We'll get an icing call here on East Grand Forks. We'll head back down into their end for a face-off. 9:34 to go in this third period. A 3-1 lead for the Green Wave over the Aviators. 23 shots on goal for East Grand Forks, 12 for the Aviators. Jace to take the face-off, not Jace, sorry, Eli to take the face-off out there with Soren and Evan. Tucker and Teeny on defense. Tied up at the center face-off dot. Eli pushes over to the near side. East Grand Forks gets on it right away. They try to send it up the wall, but stolen away by Evan. Battle for it along the boards. It'll be Eli and Evan in there trying to dig this one loose, but East Grand Forks, it looks like they'll get control, and they'll skate this one out in the neutral zone, centering pass. Brought into the Aviators' end, slipped around Tucker, but Teeny does a nice job to get back, help out her defensive pair. She has control, and she'll skate up the near side. She's on a mission down the left side here. Works it to the outside, gets it around the defenseman, works it into the corner. Centering pass, trying to get it out to Evan, comes to Soren at the point. He tried to fire, got blocked there by East Grand Forks. And they'll bring it right back out and down into the Aviators' end. Centering pass, knocked away by Tucker. Lost the puck, shot sent on. Sam makes his save. Teeny grabs it in the corner. Sent up the wall. Now back down below the goal line. Eli trying to dig this one out of the East Grand Forks player's skates. Gets it up to Evan. Evan will skate this one out. Sends it over to Soren on the far side. Soren, high slot, feeds it back to Evan. Sent it behind him, down into the corner. Evan trying to turn around and fire that one out front, but whiffed on it a little bit. Eli steals it away along the wall. They'll work this one out to Soren, but knocked down by East Grand Forks, and they'll dump this one down. Puck rolling. Doesn't look like it'll go for icing as it turns in towards Sam. Teeny grabs it. turns, takes a look. Gets bumped off the puck along the boards. East Grand Forks will get control, brings it right back into the Aviators' end. Evan trying to steal this one away. Battle for it along the boards. Looks like East Grand Forks will get control. They'll work it down low. Shot sent on. Blocked away there by Sam over to the far side. Here's a slap shot from the point by the defenseman. Carter taking offense to that poking by East Grand Forks on their goaltender when the whistle had already blown. But cooler heads prevail, and we'll move on. No penalties called. 7:43 to go here, third period. Barron to take the face off. Carter pushes it out to the blue line. Carter steals it away, turns around, fires it down, arm up. Icing will be called. And we'll head back down to the the Aviators' end for a face-off. Two-goal lead here for the Green Wave. Halfway through this third period. Barron to take the face-off for the Aviators. One clean back by East Grand Forks all the way out into neutral ice here. East Grand Forks gets control. They feed it to the far side, bring it into the zone. Down the left side, trying to center that one. Albert clears it out to the blue line, but not out. Shot sent on. Sam makes the save. Puck loose. They bury it in back of net. Sam thought he had it in his belly, but the puck was laying right next to him. East Grand Forks was able to beat the Aviator defense there, poke that one in the net. They lead by 3 here with 7:13 to go in the third period. Barron to take the face off. Wins that one back, but East Grand Forks jumps on it right away. They end up going off sides. We're going to face off here on the far side, right in front of the Aviators bench. Barron out there with Macklin and Carter. Jace and Albert on defense. Push forward here by Barron. Skates it up the near side, trying to get around the defense, brings it into the zone. Down into the corner, trying to steal this one back. Now trying to push it out front. Looks like it's caught up in the skates. It finally gets pushed away over to the near side corner where Carter comes over and tries to steal it away. Looks like he pushed it down below the goal line. Kicked away there by Jace. Out to the point. East Grand Forks will get this one out into the neutral zone. They'll bring it down to the Aviators' end. 3-on-1, but a good defensive play there by Albert. Steals it away. He has control of the puck along the boards. Slips away from a couple of East Grand Forks, battling against 2 of them here. Sends it up the wall, but East Grand Forks turns, fires, sends that one towards the net. All the way to the far side, picked up by Macklin. He'll just slap it out. Comes right to Barron. Barron will bring it down the right side, brings it into the zone. Trying to get through a couple defensemen. Steals it back, sends it behind the net, chases after it. East Grand Forks gets there first, so they send it up the far side wall, but Carter trying to steal it away. Looks like he will get control of it. Brings it towards the middle, but had it stolen away from him, but Albert steals it right back at the blue line. Centering pass, trying to get it over to Porter. Porter gets it on his backhand. Trying to get a shot off, gets hooked up a little bit there. East Grand Forks will work this one back out in the neutral zone. Stretch pass, trying to get behind the defense. Able to keep it from no ice. And they will get on it first. Sent to the middle, picked up by Carter. Carter slips around one defenseman with some speed through the neutral zone. Works it over to the near side, gets on his forehand. Lost the puck there. Dumps it down below the goal line. Gets it over to Porter. It looks like it went a little too far for him. And East Grand Forks will gain control and work this one out. Sent up to the blue line, now down to the Aviators' end. Shot sent on, blocked there by Teeny. She grabs it in the corner, dumps it up the wall, gets it out to the blue line. East Grand Forks selects to just bring it out in the neutral zone, reset here. They get on side, they bring it in. Centering pass. Stolen away here by Caleb. Caleb will skate this one out in the neutral zone. Brings it through all the way into the zone down the left side. Stolen away by East Grand Forks. They dump it out in the neutral zone where it comes to Tucker. He'll feed it up to Porter, but they end up going off sides as Caleb is still in the zone. And we'll get a face-off on the far side right in front of the East Grand Forks bench. 4:46 to go here, third period. 4-1 lead now for the Green Wave. They're out shooting the Aviators 25-12. One back. East Grand Forks works it up the wall. Now down into the Aviators' end, trying to get around Teeny, but a nice job defending there. She able to get this one on the neutral zone. She's going to chase after this one, try to steal it away. Dump down into the corner. Centering pass, gets it on the stick of Porter. Another shot sent on. Goaltender's able to make the save. East Grand Forks gets control. They'll work it up the near side. Grady battling along the wall here, but East Grand Forks able to chip it through and get around Teeny. Down the right side, centering pass, knocked away there by Tucker, picked up by Porter. Porter through center ice, had it knocked away. East Grand Forks gains control and back to come 3-on-2. Shot sent on, right into the glove of Sam, holds on, and we'll get a face-off down in the Aviators' end. Just under 4 minutes to play here in the third period. Eli to take the face-off out there with Soren and Evan. Albert and Jace on defense. One back by East Grand Forks. They send it over the near side. Albert trying to beat the defenseman there. Bouncing puck along the boards. Down goes Albert. Centered pass out to the blue line. Jumps over the defenseman's stick. East Grand Forks has to regroup here. They bring it right back in down the far side. Hooked up there by Evan a little bit. Stolen away. Onto the stick of Eli. He spins around, gets one up to Jace. Jace trying to center that one. Stolen away by East Grand Forks. Playing keep away here from the Aviators a little bit. Down into the corner. Sent out to the point. Stolen away by Soren. They'll get out to the blue line, but not out. East Grand Forks able to keep it in. They'll dump this one down below the goal line. They'll get on it first. They have a player behind the net. Centering pass gets stolen away by Albert. He slips away from a couple of East Grand Forks players, and he'll skate this one out. Feeds it up to Evan. Down the left side. Soren trying to get to the net. Shot on by Evan. Goaltender blockers that one away. Soren steals it away, centers it, gets it to Eli. Eli has control in the corner. Turns, takes a look. Try to get through a couple of East Grand Forks players, and they'll dump this one out into center ice, but Jace turns that one back in off sides. We'll get a face-off right in front of the East Grand Forks bench here with 2:44 to play. One here by East Grand Forks. Over the red line, down into the Aviators' end, down the right side. Shot sent on. That one goes behind the net, rings around all the way out to the point. Another shot sent towards the net, but stopped there by Tucker. He'll send one off the glass up and out into the neutral zone. East Grand Forks will send this one to the near side. Macklin trying to steal it away, but East Grand Forks able to slip around him, and they'll bring it into the zone down the right side. Down into the corner. Centering pass comes to a player in the high slot. Shot sent on, kicked away there by Sam. Comes to Carter. He sends one up the wall, but not out. East Grand Forks able to push this one down deeper. Teeny gets it up to Carter. Carter sends it up the wall. Aviators trying to get this out. Barron able to push that one out in the neutral zone. Gets it to Macklin. Macklin brings in his zone down the right side. Sent one towards the net, but stopped there by the East Grand Forks defenseman. As we're under 2 minutes to play here, but a nice job by Teeny. Knocks that one away. Thought maybe she was going to get called for tripping, but she played the puck first, so no trip there. Sent out into the slot, able to get a shot off. Sam makes the save, and then a bad bounce off for the stanchion there. But Carter able to get control. Goes behind his own net. Lost the handle on the puck. Cuts it to the middle. Trying to get through all 5 East Grand Forks players. He brings it down the right side. Cuts it back to the middle. Toe pick there a little bit. Picked up by Barron. Shots it on, but right into the glove of the goaltender. He holds on, and we'll get a face-off here. Down in the East Grand Forks with 1:12 to play, third period. So Porter will come out to take the face-off out there with Caleb and Grady. Albert and Jace on defense. Stolen away by Grady in the corner. Sent out to the point. East Grand Forks will get around Albert. Now push around behind the defense. Shots sent on. Big save there by Sam. Keeps that one out of the net. Porter gets it up the wall, trying to get this one out. Grady absolutely crushes a kid. Tumbles down himself, but East Grand Forks able to keep it in the zone. They work it out of the corner now up front. Sam gets that one covered up. A couple players going down in front of Sam here. Albert throwing a little bit of an elbow there at the end. But no penalties called, and we'll get a face-off in the Aviators' end with 40 seconds to go. 3-goal lead for East Grand Forks. Porter take the face-off. One back by East Grand Forks comes to the point. They'll chip it down the wall. Albert there steals that one away. Goes behind the net. Gets swallowed up a little bit, but Albert trying to battle for this one. Throws a little bit of a check along the wall. Now Albert throws another little shove. Arm goes up. Penalty coming here on Albert. But that one won't really matter. There's only about 21 seconds to go here. In this third period, we're going to face off down in the Grand Forks end. A 5-on-4 power play here for East Grand Forks. They have about 20 seconds left here in the third period. Sent over to the middle, picked up by Grady. Skates it out in the neutral zone. Keeps control of it, works it down the left side into the East Grand Forks end, gets around one defenseman. Down in the corner, centering pass, gets knocked off his stick, spin around attempt. Just rolled off the end of his blade, and East Grand Forks able to turn it back, but stolen away by Porter, brings it into the zone. But that is the end of it. A 4-1 victory for East Grand Forks. Aviators falling short here this evening. They will be back again on Sunday as they take on Fargo Angels down in Fargo. I believe that is a 12-15 game. Still unsure if I'll be able to make it to that one, but keep an eye out on the Facebook page, or if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, it'll be posted on there as well. But that is it for us this evening. As always, we appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.